Talking about that TikTok, damn man, that'd be the first thing to talk about. Cause that shit crazy how they just cut everything off. Like people got messages and stuff they can't read now, information. But I done been banned off TikTok 3 times already, so it ain't nothing new to me.
I was just getting used to TikTok a little bit. Last night when I went on and I could still hear somebody like I can I can still hear their whole video. So I was like, oh, okay, you can't maybe if you keep going back you will just the videos will just move and maybe you just can hear. Cause whoever was talking last night, she was just like, "Do not come here. Don't come to America. Like, we are having like the hardest time. Everybody is having a difficult time. Like, don't come here. Like, we're working and we can barely afford to live anywhere. We can barely afford groceries too, and paying everything is so high. Like, she was going off. I should have screen recorded because I'm like, okay, you know, everybody going through something right now.
Yep.
Everybody.
They going through all the people going through that elite man stuff because they control anything. That's why I was putting on Facebook earlier. Ain't no such thing as being rich, middle class, or poor because with them elite controlling everything, numbers get wiped off the board. They already destroying homes and stuff. People ain't got no insurance to replace that. Like so, at any time them banks shut down stuff like that, it's everybody is again back to human nature. What you know, and how you know to survive. And man, they cutting off a lot of stuff. They cut off TikTok because that's just like people was mainly trying to say it ain't about the app, it's about the First Amendment rights. Even if they say there's misinformation on there, Joe Biden himself said that the American public been misinformed by the elite. He was saying that. He said,
yeah. Everybody kind of telling the truth. I mean, they I ain't gonna say everybody, but I've been hearing a couple of these politicians that's letting stuff. I don't think it's necessarily slip. I think they're telling us like, you know, y'all look into it. Just like that I think it was the governor of California when he said something and it was like when we started the fires.
Yeah.
And he just said it so like, yeah, we started the we started the fires gonna let y'all know like
that's why
something ain't right.
The truth is always there in plain sight, but they can't hide the truth. Cause even with learning the art of conversation, they still put the truth inside the you know what I'm saying, they speeches, but then they put other things on top of it to try to go past that.
Yep. Cause they human. Just like anybody else. Like they see what's going on. They see this shit ain't right. They know this ain't right. Come on,
human. And it's the fear, man. It's the fear, the nervous system, because with anxiety and trauma existing in everybody, it exists in the people at the top too. So with them having it, theirs is just like on a deeper method. They more stuck in worriness than awareness. So with them being in worriness, they not aware of what they themselves do. Like,
like my Lord.
Like I said, that Bible was about psychology, human anatomy, got science, math, equations, and stuff in it. It's not just something to read, but it's something to study.
But why would you want to see people suffer and struggle?
That's what Mesos is. Freemasons, Masominos, the greater or less, the Meso. People that want other people to suffer because they've been through the suffering situation. Like when we was watching Squid Game too. They was showing that them people in the costumes and stuff had the cuts on their hands and shit, and then they end up being the people in the red because they lost they so attached to the physical realm they don't go into the spiritual aspects of the world. So like the spiritual side is knowing how to control your mind thoughts. So like when we in the gym and stuff like that, your mind gonna tell you to stop working out. It's gonna tell you to quit. It's gonna tell you that you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna tell you you're tired. It's gonna tell you things that that's in there, that's plugged in there. And then you have to beat that by continuing to physically control the body until repetition builds up. When repetition builds up, it changes like how you work out because it goes from being exhausted and tired to wanting to do it because now you feeling more focused.
And this is a
Yeah,
routine.
because you're not just going in
21
there.
days.
You're not just going in there to work on your body, but you're working on your mental, physical, and your soul type stuff. So what they say is mind, body, and soul. So you working on all three of them in the gym at the same time. So that's when it's like a trinity combining. And then like when I was in the gym, what I would always be is like God, body, God, body. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not in the body that God created for me. So I'm trying to get to the level of what the body should look like. So I was working out, but then also I was meeting people, you know what I'm saying? Because I was still on my chase for females when I started working out, but I was focusing on myself. And when I started focusing on myself, that's when the law of attraction changes because now I'm attracting more people than me instead of having to chase them. So with me attracting more people, some of them was saying stuff like, oh, you losing too much weight, you know what I'm saying? Because they still wanted me to be a certain size and some shit. So it's like, damn, that's when I started learning different things. Like, okay, don't no girl want no man prettier than her.
That's crazy.
That's why.
Hey, you know, cause that's one thing. That's one thing I said. Oh man, you know, you see a picture of a couple sometime, and if you be like, damn, what the hell he seeing her? Like you don't want that to be that situation. That be like with dudes, some I don't know. I guess people do that to dudes too. Like, damn, what's she doing?
Yeah.
Like, she with him. Like, that shit is crazy.
Because people finally start going into the personality.
Man. Yep.
Because when you start loving for personality, that's when you ain't gonna cheat on that person. Because that's when you like, damn, I can't hurt this person feelings because this is a personality that I love. You know what I'm saying? This is a person who shows the character that I was looking for. So you can't break that character. You know what I'm saying? You want them to continue to build on that character. So that's when I learned too, like every female I talk to, I'm not gonna talk negative to none of them. I'm gonna just uplift them, like always talk positive. But you can't always talk positive because it's gonna get draining too. But then it's like
it's a balance.
It is, but that's when I started learning who was there for me and who wasn't. Because with me always talking positive and shit, they try to bring out that nature like, oh, nigga, this ain't the real you. This ain't the real you. This ain't the real you. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some shit to see if I would ever break that character. So then I would see their mood switch and stuff. Like, because, you know, when they on their period and shit, it's going to be a lot of emotion coming because that's when the eternal thing's going on. So then I would see the side of them on that. But then me speaking positive all the time, I never switched that character. That's all they was going to see. And with that all being they see, it take years of them seeing that to be like, yeah, that's the real him. Also shit.
But years.
Yeah.
I'm in a different, because I'm a little older. But yeah, for me it just take me like maybe a couple of months to know if I want to keep dealing with somebody or not.
Yeah.
Like dating wise.
Cause I'm telling you, it's all about person. Once you learn duality, like, hey, some people ain't who they seem to be. That's when it switches and the anxiety builds up. Like, is this person showing me their real side? Or, that's why conversations is so important because you gotta listen to how they talk about others. Because when they not in the room, that might be how they talk about us. You know what I'm saying? So it's because everybody has to. Can't nobody really hold water. Can't nobody hold water because if they hold it in too long, that's when they get to the to that nervous system of thinking like everybody is this, everybody is that, and they ain't got nobody to talk to, and then they need therapy after or a psychologist because they gonna hit that break. They done became a sociopath now.
Oh shit! When they hold stuff in.
Yeah, because a sociopath is antisocial. Antisocial is just like I can't communicate to nobody because they feel like they already done got smarter than everybody, or you know what I'm saying, somebody trying to con them. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's the hard head nature because they don't listen to nobody now because they don't
Oh,
listen
like
to
they
too many
just
people.
trusting and
Yeah.
they don't listen to too many people and
Mm-hmm.
shit on backfired on them and things like that. So then it's like they don't really trust nobody. So they gonna do what they feel like doing, no matter what nobody else say. Hold shit in if shit is going on. Not telling people like even if they need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, because they go into their mindset of I gotta do this, I gotta build this, because like when my home was talking about his brother after they left the funeral and stuff, when they was trying to. I say I always try to uplift people and stuff because it's a
Yeah.
funeral, right? So after
Right.
the funeral,
Right.
everybody trying to be uplifted, everybody trying to be, you know what I'm saying? So they talking in the car, and then he was like, his brother just kept interrupting people, like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Nah, they ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
he just, because
Negative,
now
negative
it's
for
still,
everything.
yeah, it's still at a funeral, and this is when change snap in the mind too, because this
Ooh.
is something that
Yeah.
they normally let slide. You know what I'm saying, through conversation. They
Yeah.
just stop talking and let them be like that.
Yeah.
But then it got to where it's a breaking point where he was like, you know what, bro, you've been doing that our whole life, bro. Like you always doubt what other people were saying. Like you not listening to what people were saying, but you going off of. Because me and him had a conversation where I was like, some people go off of their method of
Yeah.
life since we all walk in worlds and stuff, and they only see the world through their perspectives. So when they
Yeah.
hear somebody saying something, they
Yeah.
seeing it through their eyes of like,
Yeah.
I tried this before, or you know what I'm saying, or what how they think it would work, and not that this is another separate person that can probably do this because they done been through a whole nother life. Even if you grew up in the same household, you still separated at some point to go on different journeys. So when I told him
Right.
about that, he interrupted his brother and had to tell him like, bro, you know, you just doubting what everybody in the car saying and stuff. And then he was like, even his mama spoke up like, yeah, you've been doing that for the longest and stuff. And then his brother had to say like, damn, because they finally called him out on like that's something I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
his brother just being a single parent too, but you know the single parents is like because they done split up. He got so much going on, stay by himself. Then with him paying his bills and stuff, he feel like he doing everything a man should, and that can make the alpha male syndrome go on, where the alpha male feels dominant because they completing everything that they had set for themselves.
Yeah.
So they miscalculate of what other people got because they don't know what other people got set for themselves. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like when I be telling people I ain't really trying to rap for money, I'm trying to rap for change. That's the whole
Mm.
name of the album.
Change.
Yeah.
Rap change.
They still be talking about the money aspect, the financial aspect, and I'm like, no, I need to change the psychology of how we think as people on some shit.
Really, because this whole situation has changed, like, opened my eyes to a whole lot of things that I didn't pay attention to before, and a lot of stuff that I may have taken for granted before, too. So, yeah. It's like, first off, I got too much shit, and I gotta get rid of a lot of
Yeah.
shit. A whole lot of stuff. I need to get rid of a whole lot of stuff, and I just want to find something that I'm passionate at. It ain't all about the money, like, cause the money gonna come. We got a whole house full of money. Everybody can get a job, but it's like I don't even wanna. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go back to the corporate world. Cause like I'm just thinking, this time last year was so different. Like I was literally a boss last year.
Yeah.
Like I was making almost eight. I know I was making over 75,000.
Your ass a baller. Yeah.
I was balling, didn't even know it, but still, it still started like stuff started getting tight. Like dang, like what's going on? Like boy, them bills, they seemed like they were just coming back to back to back to back. But I was paying them bitches. I was paying them, even if it was a little late here and there. I was paying them late fees leave and all this other stuff, but that thing,
It's that
I don't know.
28. Yeah, it's that 28-day cycle of that matrix.
You know, the light bill was over $400. I have never in 1 month. Like I'm like, hey, something wrong with me. I don't care. Is inflation that bad?
Mm.
I don't even know.
It's all the other convenience fees too that add up. That's the thing, cause it's always tick for tack. Like so, like every time you got not only you got light bills, gas bills, you know what I'm saying, the rent, the car insurance,
Mm-hmm.
the car note, and all these other things. But then you got Netflix. You're gonna have the
Oh yeah,
cell
yeah, yeah, yeah,
phone. You're
yeah,
gonna have the
yeah.
goddamn the Hulu, and then like when you on social media, everybody keep talking about these different apps. Cause we was like, dang, we jumped from app to app. Cause we went
Yeah,
from
yeah,
we
yeah.
eliminated cable.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We started using Fire Stick on some shit,
yeah,
but then
yeah,
Fire Stick became too wide open to where
yeah.
it's like, dang, what do I want to watch? What do I want to look for? And then when you're on
Mm-hmm.
social media,
Mm-hmm.
once like 2020 hit, everybody was like on a pattern of watching the same thing because we
Yeah.
already was doing the parties together and stuff,
That's how
the
I got the
verses and
Tubi.
shit. Then we started talking about shows to watch, you know what I'm saying? So
Right,
we
right.
really started getting on that web of using each other's minds and influence to guide each other. But then while we
Yeah.
was being distracted by that, it was other people that was doing the sociopath stuff. Like, dang, how can I get some shit to make money off these people though? So they looking at what we
Mm-hmm.
doing, and instead of joining what everybody doing on the this is the empathy thing that we was doing, like you know what I'm saying, knowing everybody is going through it right now, trying to help everybody up. The ones that studying everybody is like, dang, you know, how can I make money off them people? So they was
Yeah.
making money off us, but then they didn't know with them making money off us, they also got other people studying that. Like, oh, they making money off this. We gonna make money off that. So then it's bloop, 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 and then once we hit like I feel like 22 or so, like them 2 years afterwards, and everybody started opening businesses and talking about the cause you know the PPP loans and stuff started going out and all this stuff about the business. Trump was starting to let too much stuff out about how the people work in the elite. Where he was like, yo, they make charities up so they can take y'all money. You know what I'm saying? Not only do they do that, he like they are usually making a business and they pay themselves as an employee from the business so they don't get taxed for the business.
Yeah.
But then it's like they and then they put the money overseas offshore account so the money's not coming back to America. Same way the wars is our tax dollars going to what we thinking is protecting America, but they going over there to just like build up America underground, not
Yeah.
on top the ground. So
Right, that shit is crazy.
yeah. They got an underground system going, and
That shit
then
is crazy.
in the
They
Bible,
fighting above us, honey.
is above and below, but that's in the Bible. It's a they've been telling us in different street things, like you know what I'm saying. If you study how the street moves like big business.
Yeah.
But it's just these are just people that don't get the entrepreneurships and the you know what I'm saying, they ain't getting invested, they ain't got the tools to actually be the successful people that they should be. But the people who have the tools are just born into it. So with them being born into it, they don't know too much about other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once you born rich or you born with money, you only meet people that you know what I'm saying are crazy for money and they don't understand like, oh, some of these people are trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? They just think that everybody out here thirsty for what they got or what their family done built up, and that's when the Bible talk about how the tribes and tribulations work, because the tribes is literally the different tribes that split all the
Yeah.
different shit. It's always a tribe that be like, hey, we just trying to share the world, you know what I'm saying? We trying to learn the knowledge of the world, trying to study the universe. And then there's other tribes that study them people, you know what I'm saying? There's other tribes that try to make money, but everything broke off. It's 12 different tribes, so everybody broke off in different ones, and then
like 12 disciples.
Yeah. Because it goes all the way back to Jacob kids.
You said everything is a cycle.
Yeah, it's Jacob.
Everything in the Bible is going on in some shape or form.
Because it was a map. They was naming stuff, and then the Bible is also based off the myths. Because first it was Osiris being the first body. He would actually be the body of land. Him being the body of land, his brother Set was the one that wanted to divide the land. You know what I'm saying? Because he was jealous of the body of Osiris, so they cut Osiris up. And when they cut Osiris up and put him in the sea, it actually meant he's green, so he's actually part of the land, Earth. Like the land we own, is part of a body. The water is part of the stomach. So this is her son that's chopped up. So America is like part of his stomach. The belly of the beast is like his stomach. And then there's 7 nations. But those nations used to connect. They used to all be together to make one man.
Right.
So when they're making one man, his son Horus is the one that had to fight Set. Horus means owls. That's the one watching from the sun. So the sun is making everything grow as it moves. And then that's the Egyptian about the underworld, and then it goes to the Greek mythology that tells you how to study the stars afterwards. So the constellations is when Jesus comes in. Those are the 12 disciples, which is all represent each constellation in the sky. With them represent each constellation, he's the son of God now, who's inherited the spirit, because he's also Zeus, who controls thunderstorms. They call them Baal in the book, so it shows when Moses beat Baal. Baal had to be reborn into the body of man, but Moses is like before the time of Alexander and Cleopatra. So like all this stuff intertwined. So they took out parts of history and they kept in parts of history. So we learn parts of history in school that they done took out the book.
Yeah.
So it makes people think the book ain't real. Because they still telling you a timeline of events. And because Jesus never has a record of birth, that's why some people fight that he wasn't real, and some people are fighting to prove that he is. The ones that's fighting to prove that he is are the spiritual ones that connect to him, and they try to connect other people because we speak in light. Speaking light, everything we say is a particle of light going into the atmosphere. So it's supposed to change things around us as we say it. So that's how we are and still a body of water and shit. But our words are creating the water. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes off the tongue, life and death. So it's people trying to kill his name, and it's people trying to rebirth his name.
Okay.
So now you're going to find out, like, when Orlando Brown, how he be tripping. He just does that to see who messes with him and who doesn't. Because if they don't mess with him, it's like, well, I'm going to confess my life and talk to you. You're not even going to listen to me.
And you ain't even paying nothing. You just want to see.
Yeah, they controlling it. Because they controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
And behind the narrative they controlling, he can get lawsuits behind it. So they'll bring up stuff that he can get setbacks from. They practice witchcraft in the industry too. So he don't want to bring up certain people's names also. So when they be like, oh, what about Raven? What about Raven? You know what I'm saying? He be like, he'd go crazy and start talking about something else.
Yeah.
Because he like, bro, now we gossiping. We not, you know what I'm saying, get to the nitty gritty of what we need to talk about.
Right.
And then he's like, I'm an entertainer, so I'm just entertaining who watching. Because you already done paid me, you know what I'm saying? Some people skip out on paying him because he called one dude out in the interview when Charleston White was with him.
Oh, when he had to get the rest of his money and stuff. Yeah.
He was like, bro, you didn't even pay me for the last interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this off of, you know what I'm saying, the strength of love. And when you do stuff off the strength of love, you see the wickedness of others.
Yeah.
Because they going to take your love and they going to manipulate it.
So what was that dude? Didn't that dude try to call him out for him doing drugs or something? Yeah, because now they got because he heated them up. He got Charleston White and he got a dude who was interviewing them, both of them, because everybody's body got water in it. So with them trying to be both alpha males and control the narrative of what they talking about, they was mad that he wouldn't agree because he's like a Sigma dude. Him being a Sigma, Orlando Brown his family the only people he care about. So this family already know what he do. He talks to them in home. So when he go out, they know he just showing as an actor. But when other people don't understand that
he got them to a temper where he called them out, was calling them names, was talking to them like he was calling one dude Drake, he was calling Charleston White, Damon Wayans, because he was saying y'all both want to be these people. Y'all too worried about them. Y'all are men, worried about yourself. So with him calling them that, they temper started flaring up, and all they can do is now discredit everything he talking about. Cause he wouldn't fit what they was talking about. So now Charles, he on this, he on that, he on this, he on that. But he trying to tell him like, bro, it's stuff behind the scenes. You want to be in my position. You want to be the childhood actor. You want to grow up, you know what I'm saying, being on Major Pain and stuff like that. Right. I already did this. You are chasing that as a grown man. I did this as a child. So you can't tell me nothing about an industry I've been behind. Yeah. And when you're not listening to somebody that's been behind the industry, that's when it gets like it's bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? It's right. Now we can't tell each other what's going on no more. Nobody right. Listen to each other. They already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So they became hard headed. And they gonna go through the same, you know what I'm saying, obstacles. So that's when somebody done warned. That's a prophet speaking. Somebody done warned you what's going on. Like how Nana used to always tell us stuff before it happened. Sometimes tell us different things about our friends, and then we gotta find out later because she already knew the character of these people. She knew the character of these people. People don't change their characters, and then they it's like what was that? Leave It to Beaver. Yeah. The worst friend, you know what I'm saying? It was the one that used to come up all the time, be the nicest one. Be nicest all in front of the adults and sweet, but it was horrible. Yeah, because the real adults. Kids. Just what was that too? Wasn't Angelica like that too? Yeah, Angelica, and then Susie was the protector, but Angelica, they said she had she had abandonment issues. Angelica dealt with abandonment issues. Oh yeah, I can see that because her mom was always working on the phone and all kind of shit too. Yeah. So Rugrats was a psychology of how kids can grow up and become adventurous, and with their imagination show different patterns of what the kids already experienced as children. So Angelica was dealing with abandonment issues. That's why when she would lose that doll, she would go crazy. That was her attachment. That's her attachment to material things. People with abandonment issues have to buy things that can't leave them. That's why they say the cell phone and stuff is now taking over the dopamine of people's minds. Yeah, man. But you go through the cell phone, it's part of your brain. It's part of our brain. It shows how we hold memory. And that's why it's like, people be like, nah, don't go on my phone. You know what I'm saying? You would know how their mind is if you get in that phone. And that shit will you will see somebody's phone, that shit will break your heart. That's why I ain't never went in nobody else's phone, because I know how I think as a person, and with me knowing how I think as a person, I concentrate on that, and I be trying not to bother other people off of what I know. Because man. Me and one of my friends said that, like, man, if anything never happened to me, bitch, get my phone and burn that bitch. Just burn it. No, you burn. You better get it and burn. Hey, when I learned duality, right? I'm like, man, that's scary, man. That's scary. That's for me. I mean. My phone ain't